We wanted to jump in before the episode started because we claim in this episode, and I'm pretty sure the next episode as well, we talk about when Deku... Spoilers, because this is going on the first episode. Spoilers. That's this podcast. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Thanks for listening. We love you.
Yeah.
But, spoilers. When Deku...
Thanks, my little academia coons.
Or students.
I just couldn't think of a fun
I don't know the cute anime word for student. Shonen. That means boy. Do you know that shonen means boy?
Yeah.
We're getting so off track for... This is now at 1 minute.
Welcome to this disclaimer, and welcome to really the podcast in itself.
You're right. Maybe I shouldn't edit any of this. So
just don't. That's what
we talk about when Deku and Todoroki fight in the next arc coming up in the tournament at the fucking sports festival. Also, we say fuck a lot.
NSFW,
Should have saw the E-Tag. We talk about their fight. We both claim that Deku beats Todoroki. That is not true. He doesn't. You have to understand, I had not seen this show in about 6 months prior to recording this podcast. Seth had never ever seen it.
I just accepted the shonen trope.
Yeah.
And luckily they went off that trope, which was interesting.
It was interesting. Here are thoughts. But yeah, thank you for listening and enjoy the show.
I'm playing with Legos at...
Infinite power.
Hello and welcome to Boku No Academia. I'm Colten. I'm your host.
I'm Seth. I'm the most.
This is a show about bros. It's about hanging out. It's about love. It's about life. It's about best girl fights. Mostly, it's about anime.
Best girl fights?
I don't know. We have different opinions on who's best girl.
I don't know the name of the one who I think is best girl, but she's the cutest.
I can't bring her up either. Anyway, this is a podcast where...
She has the ear thingy.
Yes.
She's cute.
Earphone jacket.
I like her.
It's a podcast. Hello. You're listening.
Did you?
This is about anime.
This is a podcast about podcasting about...
The title of this podcast and the title of the feed is going to be Boku No Anime Academia, but we are doing the mission statement for the show is we are going to take a season-by-season look at animes that one of us has seen and likes and the other one doesn't know shit about. And we're going to show them to each other, we're going to talk about it. I'm your host this time because I fucking love My Hero Academia. I kept up with it religiously. Kept up with the manga. No, I haven't kept up with the manga, but I'm reading the manga. I love it. Seth is aware of it, has not watched it. He knows some of the characters, he knows some of the things that happen, but other than that, not much intro. So we started this this is our second recording of this. Something fucked up. But we're gonna change it up a little bit this time. I don't know why I said that.
You didn't have to give that away.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, edit that out.
I had a lot of coffee.
Edit it out.
I'm gonna edit it out.
Edit it out. Make sure that we're actually recording on the microphone.
Excellent idea.
Yeah, I know.
We are.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to be listening to we'll just...
Ow, I hurt my fucking ankle. Fuck.
So, in this first episode, we are discussing the first 5 episodes of My Hero Academia. Pacing in this first 5 episodes not super great. Doesn't wow the viewer. Well, it wows the viewer with its visuals, in my opinion. I think the art direction in the show is impeccable. I think the score is fine. This is the most shonen show of all time. It is the current smash hit anime. Okay, because I might do the smashes.
That's the second time he's done that joke, and not once was it funny.
So this show is the most shonen show of all time. It follows our protagonist, Izuku Midoriya, also known as Deku. The world of this show is one where 80% of the population is born with a special superpower known as the quirk. The first one being a baby in China in the incredibly, terribly named city of Qingqing. Just bad. And the baby just glows gold. Most least useful quirk of all time.
Yeah.
I hope that baby's okay. I hope he can turn it off and on at will.
I'm almost positive that people in this fictional universe thought that baby was Jesus.
It would be fucking incredible. That'd be so funny. But then it just kind of spread. They haven't talked... Not once in the show have they talked about the origin of Quirks, and I wonder if they will. Or if it's just like
Yeah, if it's shonen, they won't.
That's fair. So we follow Izuku Midoriya, who was born without a quirk, but he wants to be a hero real bad because in this world, superhero is a job title. It's just a career that people have. Villain attacks are about as frequent and about as inconvenient as traffic jams. We see in a scene early on where a villain is like attacking a bunch of people and a dude is on his phone. He's like, yeah, I got held up. I'm just gonna be a little bit late. Like it's fucking nothing.
No, he says, oh, there's another super villain attack. I can't tell you when I'll be able to make it to the office. Like it's just like a car crash.
I think it's good. So this show is absolutely dripping with tropes, and you kind of see that from the very start. You have the main character who is bad at what he does, and he has the rival who's super good at what he does, and his rival's kind of a dick, but the main hero ends up gaining some power to become better. That's something I wanted to talk about. When I was just saying I wanted to bring up is in most shonen animes, like I'll use Dragon Ball for example. Dragon Ball is actually the shonen anime. When the main character the story needs him to power up, or he needs to learn how to handle his power, it's usually he just gets a power boost, or he gets a new form, or something like that. What I like about this show is as season 3 just ended, Deku has not increased his power.
It's because he was given the strongest power.
Yeah. Well, no, because that's the whole point of that's the whole point of One for All, is the person who has it makes it stronger and then passes it on.
So you could say that he is
right now
making
it's
it stronger.
It's ever been, but he's making it stronger.
Yeah.
But he doesn't gain more power. He doesn't even know how to control it really yet. He just finds ways around the consequences. He talks here in these first few episodes about how he can only use it at 0% or 100%. Season 3 just ended. He can use it comfortably at 8% now, and even then, he still gets fucked up from time to time. And I really like that because I think tropes have value, and there's nothing wrong with using tropes in your piece, but as long as you make it original and interesting. But so the show opens up with Midoriya talking about All Might. He loves All Might. All Might is the Superman of this universe.
Sorry, I need to argue a point real quick. Dragon Ball doesn't do that. He gets a power up, and that's how he. You said even when he needs to maintain his power or learn to control it, he gets a power up or something like that. It's not what Dragon Ball does. Dragon Ball has him train to learn how to maintain his power. That's literally what they do. That's why Goku's always in a training outfit.
Well, I would argue to be able Super Saiyan or Mastered Super Saiyan or whatever, where he can just be Super Saiyan all the time, new forms that better harness his power.
Yeah, but
Super Saiyan Blue, a new form harnesses Super Saiyan God power.
I'll accept that, but in that same way, he trains to get those forms.
Does he train to get blue?
Yeah.
Does he just do it?
No, he trains. Same with to get his continuous Super Saiyan form.
Yeah.
Let's say, and then he trains for Super Saiyan 2. One of the first things that happens in Dragon Ball, after like a bunch of bullshit, is he trains with Master Roshi to get stronger. I mean, that literally a precipice of that show is training.
Right.
And I think that in itself is more of a trope.
Yeah.
Because like you could argue with some that like it's like he gets like Tokyo Ghoul, he gets a new ability, he does something and he learns to do this.
Yeah.
But both in the essence of Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, this show, it's this kid's amazing, but he's a little bit uncontrollable. Let's train him. Then he trained, and they're like, oh, he's amazing again.
More amazing again, better, cool, super good. There's nothing wrong with that, though. I don't think. I think
trope for a reason.
Yeah, it's a trope for a reason. I think it would be interesting to see something a little more unique, but I don't have a problem with it. I think enough animes make it different and unique enough that it's made interesting. I mean, just fucking My Hero Academia, the anime came out in 2016, and it's like one of the biggest animes of all time. So I don't think people have an issue with tropes, really, and I think it's unique enough. We get introduced to some of the pro heroes, some of the people who, do the job, do the dirty work of stopping villains. We meet Woods.
Yeah, we meet Wolverine.
What?
Yeah. He's the best to do it. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best there is at what he does, and what he does isn't very nice. It took me way too long to formulate that sentence. Hi.
Is that from the cartoon show?
What?
Is that from the cartoon show?
No, it's from the comics.
Whack.
Yeah, he says that.
That's whack.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's also in the Hulk vs. Wolverine movie. He's like, I'm the best there is at what I do, and what I do isn't very nice.
What a jackass.
Yeah, but that movie's like brilliantly animated. It's really good. But it's okay. It's a Marvel animated movie, so it's about that good.
Yeah. We're introduced to... Well, first we're actually introduced to Death Arms, who's a big man who is super strong, and that's his thing. He looks like Guts Man from Mega Man. I like him. Then we're introduced to Fast Pace? Fast Track, a human fire hydrant. I like him. He's got a weird robot design. And then we're introduced to Kamui Woods. He's made out of wood and he can extend his arms like tree branches. And then we meet Mount Lady, who's great.
Hottie.
She can get real big. And that's kind of... We also see Deku... It explains that Deku is a super fanboy for heroes, and he likes to take notes. He has 13 whole-ass notebooks on superhero notes.
He's not a great artist.
He's not a great artist. We just finished episode 5, and we're looking at the end credit right now with his drawing of his costume.
This boy can't draw figures.
It's very cute. But yeah, then Deku gets attacked by a big slime guy. Just pure hentai material.
Pure fucking doujin
He
material.
just gets slime shoved down his throat.
He needed Flex Seal, man.
You can say by All Might, his hero, pretty cool dude. The most shaded man in all of anime.
God, he is so fucking shaded.
He's more shaded than those Dragon Ball statues.
He has more black in his color palette than the entire cast of Tokyo Ghoul. That man's fucking dark.
Deku finds out after being saved, something happens, yada yada. Finds out that All Might, this is not his true form. His true form is a scrawny little pointy dude.
The best design.
I love it. Just a little hunchback porcupine.
Small Might.
Small Might is good. He lost a fight to a villain, or I don't know if he lost a fight. He had a fight with a villain 5 years prior. He got hurt. He can't maintain his quirk for more than 3 hours at a time.
It's 3 hours. What happened to you?
Arbitrary number, but interesting, I guess. It's interesting to see, like...
It's another trope.
Is it a trope, having the, like...
Yeah, especially...
The mentor character have super strict limits?
It's yeah, kind of. It's a trope of, like, you can only do this for this weird, esoteric number.
That's very true. That's very true.
That's a trope. Beyond all tropes. I can only do her singing 5 times. Oh, I figured out how to do it a 6th. Now it's in the shape of a shuriken.
And now, guess what? It's bigger.
It's a lot bigger.
Now I'm Super Saiyan. Now it's red. It's good.
Now my eyes are yellow.
Naruto's good.
Now it's Super Saiyan? That's Ninetales Fox Trucker, dude.
Yeah, but he's Super Saiyan. Look at him.
He's base Super Saiyan. Naruto's design was based off of Goku and Super Saiyan.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's true. Same color palette.
Same color palette completely.
Yeah.
He just has cat whiskers.
It's really fucking funny.
Well, fox whiskers are good.
Oh.
Anyways.
So, Deku asks All Might if he can still be a hero without a quirk. We get a good moment where All Might shuts him down. He says, no, some villains can't be beaten without powers, and you can't be a hero without a quirk. Pretty fucking choice. I like that a lot because Deku really looked up to him, but instead of being like, oh no, it's fine, you're gonna be okay, you could do whatever you want, he's like, no, you should be realistic with your goals. Which I like a lot. And then we have the slime villain escapes, attacks Bakugo, who is Deku's childhood friend and a shit. He's a shit, and I hate him. One of the only characters in the show I genuinely dislike. He has no character other than he thinks he's the best. He thinks he's the god of this world.
I disagree.
What is his character?
I think his character is a very exaggerated, rebellious teen who also thinks he's hot shit.
Yes.
I don't.
Put it simply, yeah. But all they really express about his character is that he's really angry and he hates Deku for no reason. He hates Deku for a reason, but it's a stupid reason. He hates Deku because Deku wouldn't stay the worst. Because Bakugo doesn't think anyone should be better than him.
He's jealous.
He is jealous, but we don't get that explanation until season 3. In seasons 1 and 2, it's just Deku isn't trash, and that makes me mad because everyone should be trash but me. Okay, we're jumping 2 whole seasons ahead, but also spoilers on this fucking podcast. This is natch. 2 seasons ahead. Even when he's like, I'm just jealous that All Might acknowledged you, he literally says, because you should have just stayed behind me. I should have stayed ahead of everyone, and you couldn't stay behind me. It's like, well, what the fuck? It's some bullshit.
He is truly the Sasuke of this.
Except Sasuke got like a redemption arc, and I'm not confident they'll kill Bakugo. Sasuke's at least somewhat interesting to me. I don't know. I think when you take any character, when you take them and boil them down to a couple of individual character traits and then take those to their logical extremes with no depth is not interesting to me. Same with Mineta. Mineta's a pervert comedy relief. And that's it. That's his whole fucking character.
So is Roshi.
Yeah, I don't like Roshi as a character. Yeah,
I love Roshi.
I don't like Mineta as a character. Because it's just... what the fuck are they here for? Also, Mineta's a predator. But we'll get to that. But yeah, I just don't think Bakugo has any depth, and I'm not sure they're ever going to give him any real depth. He's fine. I mean, his character design is great, and he's fun. His work is fun. I like watching him fight.
What I've taken from the 5 episodes that I've seen so far, again, I don't necessarily like Bakugo, but I don't hate him. I think all of his depth is contextualized. It's all based on context. And even though he doesn't have a great context at the moment, I think as they go on they might improve.
Well, yeah, and I think you can have an asshole, arrogant character who wants to be better than everyone and make it interesting.
Vegeta. When Vegeta first started, Vegeta's just Bakugo. He thinks he's better than everyone.
And they give him depth, and they make him interesting, and he's still a dick. Even to this day, he's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I was gonna say, I completely forgot. Oh, in this show, Todoroki starts out a fucking dick, because his dad's the number 2 hero, and he's the strongest kid in the class. And he, starts out calling out Midoriya, because he's like, fuck you.
I was gonna say, isn't that whack? Because doesn't, Midoriya fucking, school his ass?
He doesn't school him, but he does beat him.
I've seen that scene.
Yeah, he does beat him, but, even then, they get Todoroki to be okay, I'll acknowledge another person, but even to this day, he's I'm the strongest in this class, but I can still acknowledge other people and not just be an asshole to people.
Fair.
But anyway, season 1, episodes 1 through 5.
We digress.
Yeah, we digress. Bakugo gets kidnapped by the slime villain. He's trying to vore him. All Might has hit his limit for the day. He can't do anything. None of the pro heroes have a good quirk to fight this guy. And doesn't look good for old blow up hands McSpiky.
Sonic the Blowhog.
Sonic the Blowhog. But Midoriya, what?
I was just thinking of a better way to say that. I was thinking about a better way to say Sonic the Blowhog, because that one just sounds like Sonic has a really bad cocaine addiction.
Yeah. I just saw Seth out of the corner of my eye, look up, hold on. But Deku, seeing his once friend, and Deku, it makes me feel for him. I don't feel for him because I don't relate to it, but I feel sad for him because he's still thinks of Bakugo as a friend. He still thinks of him as one of his best friends. So he sees his friend in danger. He runs to the slime villain, throws his backpack at him, doesn't do anything. Nothing happens, and he's about to get popped. But then that inspires All Might to overcome his limits and push himself, and he saves the day. Then the next day, on the way home from that, All Might meets with Deku, reveals to him the secret of his quirk, One for All, which is a quirk that is passed down from person to person. Each person makes it stronger and passes it on to another person, and he offers to give Deku his quirk. And Deku has an emotional breakdown because All Might compliments him.
What else is new?
Deku likes to cry.
Deku was born with a quirk and it's endless supplies of tears.
It's very real. I promise he cries less as the series goes on.
God, I hope so.
He does not cry for about half the season.
Every single fight, he's like, oh yeah.
Every single situation, he's just like, oh no.
He's like me when I was 12.
Me too, though. But Deku, there's a catch. Deku can't handle this shit. It's too much for his little high school body. His little twink body can't handle it.
He is a twink.
So he has to train. He's got to take off trash from a beach. He does. He gets the quirk. He enters the entrance exams for UA Academy, the high school with the best hero course in the world. It's where All Might came from, Endeavor, and Best Jeanist, and most of the good heroes. Deku meets Ochako Uraraka, who is best girl, one of best characters.
In your opinion?
One of my favorite characters. See, Best Girl Wars. I think she's great. She's probably one of my favorite. Oh, also Aizawa. I didn't mention him earlier, but Seth has shit to say about Aizawa.
No, about Ochako.
Okay.
You know what? She really is, huh? She's just Chi-Chi.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Except less like badass.
Yeah, they really did. Because we were talking about this beforehand, where Ochako's narrative kind of turns in later seasons to I love Deku.
Yeah.
And she really is just that. She is the most shonen out of all of them.
Yep. And it's a shame, because here, we'll get to it in a couple episodes of the show, the next episode of this podcast, but she starts out really strong with her character art. Like, her motivations and her interest in what she's doing is really interesting and kind of unique. But as the series goes on, they just take all of that away from her, and they reduce her to an anime girl who loves a protagonist.
Yeah, that's because Deku's gonna be the greatest story ever, the greatest hero ever. He even says it. Episode 2 is the story of how I became the greatest hero ever made.
Which, I never liked it when anything does that, because then it's like, well, you took away every bit of tension the show is ever going to have with your life.
I think it's a sense of security.
I guess so, but I think it's really interesting if the main character could actually die. And I don't mean in Dragon Ball way, because death means nothing in Dragon Ball. But, like, I don't know, I think it would be really interesting if it's, like, legitimately, like, is Deku going to survive this fight? But we know he doesn't, because we know he succeeds in everything he wants to do.
Maybe he becomes the greatest hero to his kids. Maybe he, like, loses his quirk and becomes an accountant.
Or we're just hearing his ghost. His ghost is telling the story.
Yu Yu Hakusho becomes the greatest ghost hero of all time.
I say that, but I do also love stories that are told from a character in the story from hindsight. The Adventure Zone is that, and I love The Adventure Zone. It's one of my favorite stories ever.
It's a big mood.
It's a trope that I really like, but I don't like it when they just blatantly say, I win. You know what I mean?
Yeah, instead of being like, this is the story of how I became the greatest hero, they should be like, this is my story. Yeah. This is my hero story.
My Boku No
Story Academia. Jinxies, you owe me a kiss on the tip.
And so the entrance exam starts. The kids all have to fight some robots. There's one big robot that's
Mega Man. Every fucking character is designed in a Mega Man ass way. Can we just talk about that real quick?
Every single character in the show could be a Mega Man. And I love it.
Except for Aizawa. Aizawa could not be a Mega Man.
Aizawa could be like a stand-in for Wily.
He he has the most simplistic design and yet one of the best.
That's real. That's very real.
He just wears black, a scarf, and some goggles.
Yeah. That's something that we didn't really get to talk in depth about. The score, it's fine. It's shonen. It's shonen trash. That's how it is. The art direction, great. The character design, God, some of the best character design I've seen in a long time.
If you took like early 80s heroes up a notch.
I think it's the point which I like.
Yeah, it is.
Early dig. What happens next is... So, Ochako earlier saves Deku from tripping, and Deku is like, oh, that girl's super hot and nice. And then the entrance exam starts. Deku has no points, because he's a scared little baby.
You get points by beating up robots.
Get points by beating up robots. Each robot is worth a certain number of points, except the big robot is worth 0. It's supposed to just be an obstacle. The big robot shows up, traps Ochako under a rock, and then Deku is like, ah shit, I gotta save this girl, she saved me. He punches the shit out of the robot, breaks both his legs and one of his arms, and then Uraraka saves him again. The exam ends. Deku's not sure if he's gonna pass, but he do. Uraraka shows that she's best girl because she goes to the man in charge, Present Mike, who's a pro hero. Who's
I
very
fucking
good.
love him.
He's very good.
I love his goddamn design.
He's so extra, it's such a good design, and he just screams fucking everything.
It's the biggest move.
She goes up to him and is like, yo, I know this guy didn't get any points, can you give him some of mine because he saved me? And the dude was like, surprise bitch, we have rescue points. You both got some. Deku fucking passes. I did a sick dab in the mic.
Deku passed 7th place
Deku
out of 40,
Yep.
which is whack.
It's pretty fucking whack.
Well, out of 36 technically.
Yeah. Deku passes, he gets into UA, cries again.
Cries again.
He, where are we at now in the show? He meets his classmates. We get a flashback of Bakugo.
God.
What? Oh yeah.
Fuck.
This episode was flashback.
This show is flashback city. It's
gets
like
a little bit better.
the only way they could do it, like they could make it to where I was like immediately, I'm like, I'm out. Midoriya crying. Flashback, him crying 1 episode ago. Which I'm not. I won't be surprised when they fucking do it.
I'm not sure. I don't remember if they do or not, but I wouldn't be surprised. They don't stop with the flashbacks as the series goes on, but they do become less frequent and more like...
Of course they don't.
Yeah, they're like, this kind of obscure thing someone said back in season 1. That's important now. Like how you should do.
Like Naruto.
Like Naruto.
Because Naruto starts out with just like flashback,
Yeah, that's right.
and then it's like, hey, some flashback, and then it's like flashback.
Yep.
And there's as many flashbacks as Naruto has clones.
Yeah. We get a flashback of Bakugo about to beat Deku up for, I don't know, wanting to be happy.
Yeah.
He's threatening to beat him up because he specifically told him, don't try and get into UA. And then Deku did it because why would you listen to somebody telling you like something like that? And Bakugo yells at him, and Deku's like, hey, go fuck yourself, you're not going to stop me from doing this, which was choice. Then we come back to the present. He meets all his classmates. All his classmates are great, except Ida. Ida is introduced as a dick, like a complete asshole, and then like 2 episodes later he has a change of heart and is like a good boy from the rest of the series on for no reason, no explanation. Then the first day starts an assessment test for their quirks, just to kind of see where they're at.
Done by Aizawa. Good character.
Shota Aizawa, their teacher, one of the pro heroes. Eraserhead. He has a quirk where he can look at people and erase their quirks. One of the coolest quirks in the show.
He stares at them, and while he stares at them, the quirk is erased. That's what it is.
Yeah. It's not a permanent erasure. As soon as he looks away, which shout out to him
looking away. Yeah, I think it's as soon as he blinks.
Oh, you know what? That's actually.
I think that's probably what it is.
Yes, that is true.
That is it. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a weird scene in the conclusion to this season, but we'll discuss it when we get there. Deku sucks at this because he can't control his quirk.
Because he's a shonen protagonist.
Because he's a shonen protagonist, so he has to be bad at everything except the one good thing, and then he, has to improve and then overcome it. Everyone's really good at pretty much. Everyone has the one thing they're really good at. Bakugo he does the long jump and he can just go forever because he can explode through the air. Uraraka, they do a baseball throwing thing and she gets infinity on it because she can cancel gravity on anything. Deku isn't good at anything, but he manages to, instead of controlling the power of his quirk, when he throws the ball, he just directs the power into his finger, which I think is really cool. And
in a way, that's kind of him controlling it. He's not controlling the percentage, he's controlling the flow.
Yeah, exactly, which is really interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah, I like it. He does that, he gets a very slightly better score than Bakugo.
He gets like 0.1 above Bakugo.
Which gives me life.
Petty.
But before that, Aizawa also does not make a great first impression.
He fucking roasts Deku.
He just Deku goes to take his first throw, Aizawa cancels his quirk and is like, your quirk sucks and you suck and you shouldn't be here. And he's just like a total asshole to him for basically no reason.
It's because he's horny.
Probably. He shows up in a sleeping bag eating some applesauce.
It's one of those to slurp like a fucking Go-Gurt applesauce. God, it's the biggest mood. He's just there and he's like, you guys talk too much. Zip. Then he looks like he just smoked 3 packs of Marlboro Blacks. He's like.
So Deku does really good at the ball throw, and Aizawa gives a fucking amazing face.
Yeah, a weird face.
A weird clown, he looks like a clown who's like, I'm gonna fuck this kid kind of face.
A little bit.
Really uncomfortable.
He just got him into the van.
And that is where, as far as our recap of the show leaves off, we are not short on time, but we should start wrapping it up. Seth, first thoughts?
I think initial thoughts, it's not my cup of tea. It's not something I would pursue on my own. This show is something that I would do to pass the time. I'm not going to spend, a lot of money on merch or stuff like that. I see why people do, and I appreciate it for what it is. It is a good show, but I'm not entirely into it, but I'm still open to seeing how it goes. We'll see if I change. My favorite character that has been introduced is Deku, because I relate to him. Because there's a scene specifically where when Bakugo gets captured, he just starts running towards him, and he's like, oh, my legs are just moving.
He literally just says, why am I running right now?
Yeah, and the reason I relate to that is because it's something that I've done. I was once on a road trip with some friends, and we were taking a piss break in the middle of fucking nowhere, and there was a field next to us, and there was just a howl and then a scream, and I started running into the field, and then halfway into the field, I'm like, hey, why am I running? And I relate to him in the fact that he just is a good guy.
He's a good
I get he's the shonen character that can relate, anyone can relate to in one specific way. I relate to him in his prefer action over thought kind of thing.
Yeah. Something that just popped into my head that I think I really like about this show is it plays with, obviously it plays with the idea of what if everyone in the world was a superhero, but it also plays with the idea of how do you stand out among all the other superheroes and what truly makes someone a hero? Because you have, and this is also jumping ahead a little bit, you have someone like Endeavor. Endeavor's a piece of shit, but he's the second best hero in the world. And then you have All Might and Deku, who are really good people, and their whole mission statement is, I want to save people with a smile on my face and give them hope. Both of them can be considered a hero, but should they be? And why is one more of a hero than the other? I think that's really interesting, and it kind of explores that as it goes on. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. It's a good show. Just read comic books. Love.
I think I figured it out.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of One Punch Man, and part of the reason of that is because not all of them have superpowers.
The main character doesn't have superpowers.
He gains superpowers through working out.
Yeah.
Some of the best heroes in that is just an old martial artist, a punk fucking kid with a baseball bat, shit like that. A dude, well, he's a C rank. But yeah, I like it because it's going to be interesting for me seeing One Punch, because One Punch Man also plays with his tropes. So it's going to be interesting to see how they both use the same tropes in different ways.
Yep.
I'm hyped. Let's do it.
Thank you for listening. Let's, hey, go watch some anime. Oh shit, I have a bit. I forgot. Seth promised he'd let me do this.
What?
So I'm gonna end every episode with a little joke for you.
Ah, fuck, I forgot.
In the world of My Hero Academia, 80% of the population has quirks. Out of, let's use today's statistics, 10 billion people on the planet. I'm not going to do the math, but that's a lot of fucking people. Statistically, there's one person out there whose quirk is that he can make any type of scone or cookie super delicious with a snap of his fingers. And this is my pitch for my new show, My Hero Academia.